Just
Hello, everyone. Grand risings on your beautiful Sunday. We are Spiritual Cryptos. Starting off this live stream with a bang, just like we always.
Jasmine's making me laugh like a maniac over here. Oh my god.
Well, welcome. Happy Sunday, everyone. This is the Spiritual Crypto Sunday live stream. Welcome, welcome. And as you guys always know, how we like to begin is, of course, interacting with us, because we are coming at you guys with these live streams for education for the people, for planting of seeds in the consciousness for people. So if you have any questions at all, these are the times to get in with us, is to interact with us now and to catch us on our Sundays. Every Sunday we go live as Spiritual Cryptos at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So this is going to be a new thing, or something that we do more consistently as Spiritual Cryptos, as we begin expanding our community and movement. So you guys, if anything resonates, let's go ahead and add that alien emoji. That sounds fun. Like if anything sounds like super cool or super interesting, just tap that emoji, show us that love. And also don't forget to click on that bell right now so you don't forget when you get notified for all the notifications for when we go live. And yeah, let's get started. And one last thing, you guys, is, of course, we always like to start with the disclaimer for the intention of the shows, and really just to share with you guys truly who we are and why we do this. So this is a disclaimer to all of our viewers and subscribers to our channel. The more people waking up, the more 5D consciousness is integrated into our collective consciousness. The more we can come together through unity and community, the more we can fulfill this new earth prophecy. It is a collective effort. This is the reason why we are galactic emissaries and leaders for soul growth, evolution, and power back to our people. So let us all use discernment in all that we absorb through our perceptions, and let this live be an exercise of our discernment levels and heart open. So let's get started. If you guys are watching this, hello, beautiful people. Let us know where we're at. Where are we connecting from? We want to know who is on live with us, baby. So if you are live with us, you are being called to join and learn about the very basics of cryptos and Ethereum. And as you know, this live stream is going to be all about Ethereum one-on-one. So let's get started. Mr. Michael Rolachannel, how are you doing?
Good. Happy to be here again for another episode. I guess we're going to have to call these episodes.
Yes, totally. This is what they are. They're episodes.
Yeah, it's good that we at least get on, once a week, because I know we're all busy, but, I would love to do this like every day, just blabbing stuff out. So we'll see, but as long as we're, doing it once a week, I really like to get out here and be available for everyone. Just like you said, anyone who has questions and stuff like that. Like, that's why we're here. We're offering our time and, knowledge and whatnot. So yeah, I'm just excited to talk more crypto stuff,
Yeah.
Good
and
topic.
You know what? Before I forget, let me look at this calendar. Oh, geez. You know what? This is our last live stream before we go live together on Mount Shasta. So how freaking amazing is that? Hey,
For
Linda.
Journey.
How are you?
Hey,
so
Linda.
That's going to be awesome. Let's talk about that for a little bit. So spring equinox is coming up, you guys. It is in this month. So the spring equinox marks the very first day of spring. And this is a very potent day for purification, just this new abundance that's coming, right? We can use this time and energy for intensifying our manifestations for anything. And so what has been so beautiful is that spirit has guided us. I don't even know how many of us light workers together, like 6 or 10, I don't even know, of us to get together from all around the United States. And we're meeting up in Mount Shasta for the first time. We've never met each other. So I met Michael a year ago. I met Linda a year ago on the Force Teams, the Galactic Force Team, and that's where we all like started to virtually meet and connect. And a year later, or almost a year later, we are meeting in Mount Shasta. So I am so excited and so honored and grateful that like we had this in our soul contracts to meet up, you know, like we met for the first time, and that was like the birth of Spiritual Cryptos and how we started to connect and how we started to do our mission work together. So I'm so excited to see you in person, do our live stream, and see everyone. This is going to be amazing.
So much more powerful when we can be there in person together. Yeah. And it's amazing how, you know, we just started talking like cryptos and we're spiritual and like this is our vision for the world and humanity. And I mean, I'm sure we all share a wonderful vision of love, you know, but it was so cool that, you know, it's so like that it actually, you know, bears fruit or actually creates. It's like it's just such a wild thing to meet people and in just 1 year, you know, be so aligned in the purpose. And all of us that are coming together, like you said, it's all for a real powerful reason. I like to say powerful, you know, there's going to be a lot that we're going to do for the grid when we all meet up. And
that's really what it is. It's alignment. When we are really passionate about finding ourselves and being of service, when we find ourselves, we find of how we can be of service, you know, for humanity, for this world. So when we did that, we became in alignment with each other because our missions are similar. And the thing is like when we start to wake up to our mission work, to our passion, what drives our fire, that's what's going to bring us in alignment with our soul tribe, our soul family. So then you get magical moments like this where you all meet up, you know, in one house. Like how amazing.
And you know, how many more people kept wanting to join, you know?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I mean, the resonating factor that's really here with just us, even like if it's just us that are mostly online or whatever, and you know, shout out to Linda. You know, Linda's online a lot, but you know, we're all kind of popping out as we go. But yeah, it's nice to experience the manifestations of what we really wanted to come here and create. And
absolutely.
And the fact that, you know, we have the Libra full moon, you know, coming up too, you know, with this, you're talking about, you know, rebalancing or, you know, in the new spring energy and resetting your intentions and things like this. That's what, you know, Libra is all about, you know, coming back down, coming back up, meeting in the center, and then refiguring out what it is that really makes you passionate.
Yeah, speaking of that full moon, the full moon in Libra is happening this month, and we're actually hosting a crypto event that is a 3-day workshop. So if this is something that interests you or something you resonate with, all the information is in the description below on how you can gain access with us. So that's going to be super powerful and activating because this is a time where it's going to be where we reconnect again for like almost like a week long. And then we have all that power of Mount Shasta. And then also to creating that offering for the public when it comes to detaching and releasing from the 3D, you know, money systems, from the centralized money systems to this new way of life, these new money systems, this 5D, and creating it truly and essentially. So that's what this weekend is about, is helping people detach from the old and helping them activate and create the new, you know, with the money systems, with cryptocurrencies. So this is a time and space also, if you have any questions, it's interactive where you'll get to see us live, but you'll also have time face-to-face to hang out with us. So I am super excited. There has already been people who have signed up, and we haven't even really like full-blown told everyone about this yet. So super, super excited. This is going to be huge.
They're the beings, that we're gonna work with. They're, you know, spirit source, the love, the energies, I should say. I mean, they're all about this. You know, there's so much love that's really around us all the time, and when we can connect to that and have a wonderful ceremony, I mean, it's one big party. It's
For
one
3
big
days.
love. Yeah, right. Exactly. For an hour or so, but
A few
and then
hours.
it'll last, because it's those energies are going to stay with you, and that's just like you're saying, meeting up in the physical, all that energy that we're gonna work on when we're all together, we're gonna carry that with us, and the next week we're gonna be doing our thing. So that's definitely gonna be, that energy is gonna be there. It's gonna be really powerful.
Definitely. So I'm super, super excited about that for sure.
Me too.
So now that everyone knows about like all this amazing things that are happening and the energy updates, let's go ahead and dive into Ethereum one-on-one and what we really need to know, Michael. So I know you and we talked a little bit about this before and how, this next live stream was going to be all about Ethereum one-on-one, but I wanted to ask you just a few questions just to keep us a little bit on track and help people understand just in the basic foundation, for integrating all of these layers that we are really introducing for a lot of people. So, let's just get into the very basics. Like, what is Ethereum?
Yeah. No, it's really important because it feels like, for me, doing it so long already, it feels like this is so old news, but it's such a wild thing, that so many people don't know, or so many people have heard, and it's like it's at 60K now. What else do you need to know?
Yeah, Bitcoin.
I feel like or Bitcoin, yeah. But it's the whole network and it's blockchain, and that's what we're explaining here. But Ethereum, you started at 300 or something when you started getting into it, and now it's 2,000 pretty much. It'll be there soon. If it's not, it's just waiting. But what Ethereum basically is everyone loved Bitcoin. Bitcoin came out the end of 2008, beginning of 2009. I don't know the exact month. But and then it was just Bitcoin for like the longest time. And then it got too slow in the network. It's bloated. It had all these issues, right? And so they started to create, first it was Litecoin, right? Which is the light version, the silver to Bitcoin as gold. And then even with that was created as like a payment system, which will be transactable, which will be faster. That's all Bitcoin really is a payment system. It's just a coin with a value. There's nothing really built on it or anything like that.
So before we go any further, I just wanted for the viewers to better understand that behind each coin holds an intention and a purpose and an actual structure of business. So when it comes to Bitcoin, there is a reason behind Bitcoin. When it comes to Ethereum, there is a reason behind Ethereum. It's more than just a coin. Just like we're going to be going into the Ethereum network, the Ethereum blockchain. So there's a lot of layers when it comes to cryptocurrency, which Michael is diving into right now.
Yeah, that's a good point, because you said blockchain, and that's exactly what it is. Every coin is its own blockchain, for the most part, depending on if it's on that or whatever. But that's leads into Ethereum. So Ethereum blockchain created smart contracts. So Vitalik,
that's strong. That's big.
I'm going to say his last name wrong. You can look him up. The creator of Ethereum, he basically saw Bitcoin. He said, yeah, but okay, what are we going to do with this? Basically you just have to put all your money into it, and then hopefully it goes up, but only will if people put anything into it. So we kind of just have this Bitcoin thing that's just sitting around, not really doing anything. So how are we going to give this to the people? And that's why he created Ethereum. So Ethereum is where smart contracts come into play. So a smart contract is like any other contract. It's smart, meaning it's online. So it's like your smartphone, it's like your smart meters, your smart TVs, anything. So with that technology, now people can transact in any way that they could possibly think of. You'd have to program it. You'd have to learn how to write. You can learn how to write your own smart contracts, like on Ethereum. You can become an Ethereum creator on Ethereum. All of these things are possible right now. Like programmers out there, they're all looking at blockchain. I guarantee it.
Right.
Every computer class right now has a blockchain course. And if they don't, they will. But you can look it up. They're teaching it in colleges already. But being able to do that just basically made it available to the whole entire world. So now we can do stuff. We can build on it. We can, and yeah. So
and really what this gives people, to give it a little bit more of a bigger understanding through this magnifying glass, is to get people to understand, like, yes, it sounds like a different language, but the more that you tune in, the more that you try to understand, the more easier it gets to understand. And so the thing is, when it comes to business owners, when it comes to wealth and abundance, blockchain and what Ethereum is doing with blockchain and how they are distributing out this information for the people is only going to better expand our growth of wealth in so many ways. Not just business owner, but essentially everyone will be a business owner and entrepreneur, because you came here to do your creations. You came here to create abundance from your creations, and that's what an entrepreneur is. So getting people to understand, to get into that entrepreneur mindset as well, will help people, get into that bridge of what's Ethereum, and honestly, like, how does it differ from Bitcoin, which is something we'll get into as well, for sure. But the next question, go ahead, Michael.
No, go ahead, because I'm sure I'll blab it out.
The next question is, so how do I start using Ethereum? There's tons of different ways, obviously.
Right. So the most important thing, at least for me and us here, is that your assets are safe. So where you get it is just going to be on an exchange online. And so the difference is that there's exchanges, centralized exchanges, and there's decentralized exchanges. For the most part, right now, all the exchanges are centralized. So until we can really figure out a decentralized one. So an example of a decentralized is Uniswap. And Uniswap was actually a dApp, decentralized app, that someone built on the Ethereum blockchain. And this allows you you can transact with any other coin that's on the Ethereum blockchain. So how you start using it, you can start to become a creator, right? And I'm sure there's ways you can earn. Otherwise, you'll just go on your Coinbase or your crypto.com or any of these exchanges. There's so many of them, and you can just buy it with fiat. There's going to be more onboarding ramps that are coming in the future, where you can just like swipe your card, and then like your debit card from your bank, and then you'll be able to buy it. There's going to have a lot more things, so there's more to come, but using it's just the use cases is huge. It's literally anything that you can program. So anything that we have now as a computer system, software, anything like that, basically all of it can go on Ethereum. So anything and more, and anything else that we can create, as long as you know how to code and you set the codes right. And so this is where, like, when you talked about each project has a creator and has an idea behind it and does this and does that. With this, you'll be able to, it's basically like, it's up to the user. It's up to you. So like you said, entrepreneurs, how do you start using it? Figure out how to integrate it into your business. Figure out how to get your business on the blockchain. And how you do that is by allocating your capital or funds, whatever, to the blockchain. And once people and businesses start to do this, the network, I mean, it's going to be supported. It's going to be huge. It's going to and they will be able to make, staking rewards. They will be able to it's just going to open up the world, in such a big way. And even especially for now, there's people in, like African villages. They don't have banks. They don't have bank accounts,
Third world countries.
Third world countries. I mean, but now we have a way with, the young kids who, are tech savvy or whatever, whoever's tech savvy,
the Minecrafters.
Can run over to, and, get that internet signal. You gotta get my Ethereum, and in doing so, they put their assets on the blockchain. And this is essentially what you're going to be, this is what's going to happen and what's going to come. This is
Right.
what Warren Buffett and the city, the blockchain city that he's creating right now, is going to happen. Every single thing that you own, the tree, the plant, the weeds in your backyard are going to be able to be tokenized if you want to do it. And you want to sell somebody a piece of grass, you're going to be able to do it, you know, if somebody will buy it. But
in the future.
Yeah. Well, and right now they're already creating the city. It's already in Arizona. So the toasters in Arizona are on the blockchain, and they have value. Every time you push it down, you just mined like more transaction, because now this is the energy part. The energy creates, you know, all of it, right? Even like, so how do you start? I mean, there's tons of ways. You know, you just go on your exchange, buy some with your debit card. You know,
Michael, that was a big thing that you were talking about. That's where energy becomes tokenized.
I've been keep going with it.
It really excites me, because the old me would have like not really understood, you know, when it comes to technology, you know, and all of those things. But after joining, you know, learning with Andrew and stuff like that, learning about technologies and how really there's a light and a dark side. And so what we're doing is we're showing like the light that there is with technology, and that what it is for us. And so that's really cool, because for me, in the most recently, when I'm doing these messages, when I'm on my live streams, you know, personally, and I do things about cryptos, I'm starting to get the forecast. It comes in like forecasts. It's like weather forecasts and stuff. When when
I can relate.
Yeah. I lost that thought, but
sorry.
I get like this forecast of, you know, how our energy is going to be, really like our currency. How I talk about it right now, like our energy is our currency, but in the physical reality, like as we really all fully shift to New Earth, our energy truly is going to be our currency. We're not going to have to work or make a living, you know? So that's what's really interesting, if you want to elaborate with that.
Yeah, no, because like, so I had an example on a video I just did where I talked about, I think it was the one where 17 minutes got cut off. All the meat of that video, I swear to God. So, and what I was saying was, so computers, right? So this is the idea of people say if the blockchain goes down, whatever, what are we going to do? You know, well, if all the power in the world went up, we're going to be able to do anything. In the old system, in the centralized systems, right? If the power goes down, money doesn't transfer, funds don't, you know, I mean, everything breaks down, supplies because of the funds, you know, everything stops. But on blockchain, all the power could go out, and then all you need is one dude or person to connect to the internet. Now, what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to download the entire blockchain onto their device to catch up, to sync it with the network, so that we have an accurate ledger of all the transactions that have gone. But if people are still like transacting, you know, like with their wallets and with their addresses, and they're sending it to this one and that one, even if like the network's down, but let's say we still have power, as soon as the network comes back up and everyone connects or whatever, it's all everything will go through. So like, even while it's down, it still goes through. It still happens, right? It'll still, because of the smart contract. So once the network is connected again, because all of the coins are digital anyway, so none of us are going to have it physically, you know, that's, you know, so once you connect, everything just re-uploads and reestablishes itself all back to, and the reason why it's important is because if we think of energy, okay, we have computers now, and you say, well, where's our money, or where's whatever? Oh, it's on the computer. Is it really on the computer, or is the computer the receptacle device that receives the info and can put it in a format that we can understand it? Because the energy is already still going on around. The computer is just a way of localizing and taking the energy in and recoding it so we can understand it in our human languages. So when we think of energy as our literal like abundance and everything, it's I mean, it just makes more, it's all about energy. It's all about energy. It's all about us and our energy and our output. And once we learn how to monetize our output, which is what we're doing, we're monetizing everything we do. These glasses are going to have everything's going to be monetized, and what I do is going to be monetized. I could have my own coin because we're all going to be our own banks. So you're going to have to be, it's like, it's a whole nother world. It's wild and crazy to think about, but like to actually step into this is going to take you learning and, just, that's why we're here to help. There's so much.
Seriously, like cryptocurrency and learning about what this world is so high vibrational. And that's why people just need to integrate all of the information, like back phrase, and that's why we have these questions. And so we section it up for you guys to better understand, all of these things for, the better benefit of you. Because the thing is the reason why we say be your own bank is because inevitably, everyone will be. But the sooner that you do it, the better it is for you, for your future, for your generational wealth, for your families and generations to come. And honestly, most importantly, you and your creations and what you came here to be of service for. Because everyone, say for instance, everyone is like, if we really put things into perspective, now this is more spiritual talk than crypto, but like everyone is talking about like this crazy individual, a highly intelligent individual named Elon Musk, right? Well, the thing is that he has tapped into his own intelligence. The thing is that now it's time for us. That is like an inspiration and motivation for all of us, other human vibrations, to get up to that intelligence level, because he's matched, or he's arising with his intelligence levels for his life missions, for his ways of being of service to humanity. So the thing is like, instead of looking at him as just like this crazy guy who's going to go up to space, dude, you guys can do it too. You just have to start integrating the information in which you did not learn. So now you have to do your own research, which we're here for.
And that's what the cryptos are for, so that people can do that. You know what I mean? Like, we're really going to decentralize this, because anybody could be like the next Elon Musk if you had the knowledge, if you had, I guess, his ingenuity, but then most importantly, you need the investors. You need people who are going to believe in you that you're going to build a rocket ship. You know what I mean? So how do you get that? So there's a lot of barriers, and even in just every aspect of life, where you grow up, or what's, all of these things, how you grow up, city or, rural, and all these things. So it really opens it up that anybody now will be able to collaborate with each other and then value and offer their value to the system. So like, you want to be the next Elon Musk? Well, get on it. Start getting on the blockchain, put your work on a blockchain, start putting it out there for the world, for people to see. And then other people are going to come, and then you're going to one day be flying in space. And this way you don't need like crazy angel investors, and you don't need the government funding, or you don't need this, or you don't need that. And it's going to be a process, and it'll take some time, but that's why, getting in now, because 5 years from now, it's going to be a whole different place. It's going to be, the prices are going to be insane.
3 months, 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
3 days.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to help the planet for sure when we grid. But, even like we were talking, right? Like, there's 18 decimal places in a coin. So that means you're 0.00000. I did this to Jasmine. Do it again. 0, 0, 0. I said all the zeros, and you're still the amount. There's, how much is in a million? That's only 6. No, wait, that's 100K. This is 7. Wait, 7. 1 0 0 0 0 0 0. So it's 6 and then 1. So 7. So we got 18. So when we talking about like, I bought some Bitcoin only at $50 and I got 0.000. Well, guess what? It'll be in the next 5 years. It'll be 0.0000000, because why is there 18 decimal places? There's way more room for this to blow up beyond, and that's the thing too, when we think of the funds and where the money is now. Well, we sure as heck know where the money isn't in all the poor countries and all the poor, you know what I mean? So the money like that we have doesn't even pale in comparison to what we can. It's freedom for everyone. It's going to be infinite money. It's going to be unending money for all of us to trade with and do whatever. And I mean, it's just, and it doesn't mean it's not going to have some hiccups along the ways, right? We're not there yet. But having that foresight, seeing the future, this is how you become wealthy. This is how you invest. This is how you do these things in life, or whatever. You plan for your futures. You see what you want and you go get it, So
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
what we're doing here.
No, that's 100% truth. I'm with you on all of that. And the next thing that I wanted to ask you, because we talked about this earlier, this was really brilliant. Was there a list of like the different, or no, that was for something else, right? I think so.
I don't know what you're gonna say.
Well, the question is how is Ethereum different from Bitcoin? Like, let's get into that topic now.
Okay, that's kind of just what I said. Really, all you need to know the difference is because it's for the people now. It's like because to develop on the Bitcoin network, it would be silly because it's so slow. It would cost way too much for entry fees, all of this stuff. So Ethereum was just like Vitalik was like, how are we going to use Bitcoin? How are we going to give this to the whole world? And how is this going to help the world? And it would only help as a payment system. That's why they call Bitcoin the store of value, because really, since it's the top, the king, it's really only useful as being something that you draw upon, later in life, whereas in Ethereum is going to be what you can build upon. We can build blockchain cities like Warren Buffett. He's doing it right now.
Yeah.
All we need is a community, and we can do it too, or whatever. And that's what my goal is in life, to get some kind of I don't know if it's going to be a whole blockchain city, but getting us all, into the new 5D. But yeah, it's really, that's the main difference. Is that,
well, isn't it interesting too that Bitcoin is the most powerful, and it's like 60K or 61K right now, like as of today. And with Ethereum, it's the second most powerful. But the thing is honestly, if we think about it and if we put it into perspective, sometimes it's always great about being number two is that the heavy work and innovation was already done. So all you have to really do is just refurbish it, make it better, copy and paste it, but in a more upgraded form. So that's what Ethereum is, from Bitcoin is, Bitcoin was this whole new way of currency, and, whatever intention it was else, I'm not too sure. But this is why, like, my guides, like, after hearing you, it makes me realize and understand this is why my guides were really guiding me to better understand Ethereum, not so much Bitcoin. And that's why it never really resonated with me. But that's why, is because the intention behind it, the purpose and the structure and how it's for the people is what Ethereum is. So that's what's amazing too, and how it differs from Bitcoin.
That's really important, because the insight there is that the reason why you don't feel that way is probably because, and it took me a while to land on this. I didn't really think of why you didn't resonate, and so one day, as recent, I think this past week or so, and it dawned on me that the reason why, probably physically, actually, whatever, in the world, is because Bitcoin was created by Satoshi Nakamoto. Nobody knows who Satoshi Nakamoto is. We don't know if it's a them or like a they or a he or a she or whatever. Popular pop culture says CIA, but who knows? So if they did, I mean, that's not the same as Vitalik, somebody we know, a guy we can see, a guy you can talk to, you know what I mean? Actual person who's at the head of the company, and he's saying hi, and he's having conferences, and he's promoting the benefit of his project. And so that's why I think, Ethereum is a little safer of a bet. But what I wanted to say about all of that was really understanding, because you said the new technologies. So understanding which of the old technologies are going to stick around, because the new technologies are being built from the old technologies, like you say. So if we're early, we're going to be getting into the old technologies, right? But which ones are going to stick around and which ones are actually going to have that value? So Ethereum, totally, right? Like it's an old one because it's the second one like created, or and I don't know exactly on time, but is right behind Bitcoin. So yeah, but that also doesn't mean Bitcoin is like holding it's leading the show, it's leading the trail. So in a big way too, it's what's going to stick around and why. That's why we say do your research, know your project, know the people behind the project, see how it feels, and understand as much of this as you can as we give it to you, decentralization and blockchain and what it all means and how it all works and how that your coin is safe or not and what's hackable, what's not hackable, and all of
And
these
it's
things.
so true though. Like I think Linda even mentioned it in the comments, like there's so many layers to integrate when it comes to understanding what is blockchain. Or even to say, like, if someone asks what is blockchain, well, how do I describe it? There's so many layers. Like which do I dissect first? Do I even have to dissect these layers to even get to the main point of what blockchain is? Is like, do you want to know the main point? Do you want to know its functionality? What do you want to know? Like
You just want to buy some, or you just it's a lot.
Yeah,
Well, and it's a good like test and challenge for people, because the more you can understand blockchain is going to help you understand the new world. You know what I mean? Mentally, in your mind,
100%.
understanding things differently than you're used to seeing them. That's why blockchain hasn't blown up right now. It's because we're not, per se, living in a world of high vibrational, highly intelligent, highly empathetic, EQ, IQ, all of these things, these advanced, beings, or whatever you're going to call it. But that's why people can't see it, is because they're still believing in the centralized, I say it often, you're trusting a bank, you're putting your money in a bank that could shut down at any time it feels like it. Like as soon as it shuts down, it's gone. And there's so many people that bury their money in the backyard, or they talk about all these kinds of funny things. It's like we all know, like as people, I think, that it's a centralized system. We got to deal with banks, right? We all know nobody wants to deal with the bank, but then we're so used to it, we accept it, and now we have the chance to not, and we don't trust it. Because why? You have to trust yourself. You have to trust people again. You have to trust the community of the project that you're invested in. This is why the Divi project, I'm going to be saying them forever, okay? It's a community, all right? Like they're cryptos for the people. So know what you're getting into and you'll be safe. Trust yourself, being your own bank. A lot of layers.
Definitely. We definitely got to get Divi on.
Gotta get Divi.
Cryptos.
Y'all need to get Divi. Yeah. I'm going to hit him up.
Yeah, we got to get him on the live.
Yeah. I'm going to get Nick on here.
That's awesome.
Nick's cool.
Yeah, Michael. So, you know what? Those are really like the main points and questions. Other than that was just the article. Hey, Nicole. Good to see ya. Hey, Tina.
Okay.
So, you can't see that comment?
I'm just repeating what you're saying. Oh, I'm in private chat. That's why. Okay.
Oh,
hey, y'all. Now I do. Yeah. Oh my God. I was like, I got no comments. What are you doing? No, but I wanted to talk about, the split to Ethereum Classic. I did want to mention that. If we didn't have, we were just talking about that. Wasn't while we were live, was it?
No, let's talk about that.
Yeah, no. So I think it's really important, because it basically split. So what happened? Like Ethereum was hacked. It was hacked. It was hacked by a 51% attack. We haven't gotten into hacking types of attacks, but you can look it up. 51% attack blockchain, something like that. And basically what it is it means that once 51% of the total is owned by one person or one group of aligned people, they now have power. So the way the blockchain works is, and by giving people the power, is that you own some, therefore you decentralize it. So now you're a participant, you're in the word. So you have voting rights. So because you are a part of the network, you're a part of the owner of it. So if you own 51%, that means you own the majority of the blockchain, and you can override votes they call them votes, but it's just programming, things that are, there's just functions that are happening. And so they basically attacked it, and they stole out of like, I think 111 million market cap. They took like 50 million or something. They took like half of it. I don't know, maybe it was 111 billion at the time, but they took like 50 million in Ethereum. And basically what happened was all of the investors that were really, really upset with all the money that they lost and whatever, they kept pressuring Vitalik. And so Vitalik reversed all of those transactions. In a sense, it's, it works a little differently, but he reversed them all to basically, what he did is he upgraded the software so that that transaction of taking that out, the 50 million, was voided. So it was null. So these are called forks. So there's hard forks and there's soft forks. And sometimes the coins do it. It's what Bitcoin Cash is. That was the thing with Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash, was Bitcoin was too big and bulky, so they made Litecoin to make it more easy payments. And then but then there was a whole another group that wanted to keep Bitcoin but use Bitcoin Cash and make it smaller, more available for people. So with Ethereum, they did a hard fork, and the hard fork means that it's not backwards compatible. So that in order to use now Ethereum Classic, which is what it went into, you would have to upgrade the Ethereum, which basically working on the other blockchain, the Ethereum Classic blockchain. There's all these weird words, but when it's in the digital, it can be confusing. But so hard fork basically means like they just made a whole brand new coin, like they're on their own network, and it's still tied to the old Ethereum network, but it's its own network now in Ethereum, and they went into different directions. And then there's a soft fork, which would be one where it would so if you have the chain, like you have a cord, it would just make it bigger so that like now anything in the past is also transactable, but you have all the new code that will move forward with all the upgrades and technology. So that's a soft fork because it doesn't fork completely off. It keeps the old system. Hard fork is what they did. The reason why too, so he did that, he reversed the transactions, and everybody, like a bunch of investors in Ethereum and stuff, and people that didn't agree with that, basically wanted to keep the old code, the primary code and how it was originally supposed to be, and blah blah blah. And so they went into Ethereum Classic, and then they actually ended up getting hacked twice, like within a short period of time, and then they had to upgrade their systems anyways to use like this surveillance thing. And I don't want to get all into it, but they basically upgraded anyways, which is kind of funny. That they ended up, I think Vitalik kind of did the right thing in that sense, because there's people that are going to want to get all over this, and this is why the more of us that get in there, the safer the network is going to be, because then we're in it. We're starting to own the percentages. But now, I mean, there's so much that's already gone towards decentralizing and making it better. And like you're saying, the new ones, you don't want to be the first one, because like, no, you go ahead. I'm not going
in there. First.
Yeah, come out with all set off all the traps, and then come out with all the arrows, and then I'll go in.
But you know what though? The great thing, let's put that into perspective too. Now, but Bitcoin is at 61, and Ethereum's still, at 2. But that's just for right now. That's just numbers speaking. But again, being a leader, and I love this saying, it doesn't mean having followers. It means being the first one. So that is just something that we can always use in life as well.
Yeah, the black sheep that goes off, from the herd. Yeah. What was I want to say? I can't remember it. Something you were just mentioning, but
you're talking about the black sheep. And
no, what did you
get your ass over here?
What did you start with saying? No.
I don't know. Oh, the Ethereum article.
I was going to push somebody in first.
Oh, the leader? I don't know.
I don't know. I can't remember. No. Yeah. I'm trying to go back, but whatever. We're going to go forward, right? No need to go back. Yeah, no, Ethereum. Just trying to think if there's anything else that is important. Oh, that's what it was. Got it. You mentioned how it hasn't really moved price wise, if you will, like it's kind of, it's like not going past two. So I was mentioning this to you too, that there's basically been a prediction that says that this is already going to happen, and Ethereum's going to stop for some reason. And then once whatever it is, because this is from 3 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago, once whatever happens that fixes it, it's going to like skyrocket again. It's going to jump right back in. And that's what 2.0 is that's coming out now. So Ethereum gas prices, right? Super high right now. And so when you look at all these other exchanges, why did Binance chain blow up? Why did Polkadot blow up? And then even Uniswap, being on the Ethereum network, just blew up with Ethereum. But these other ones that aren't on the Ethereum network, they had to compete. So now once they lower the transaction fees, because according to what they're going to fix, they're going to reduce their carbon footprint by 99.98%. That's insane. That's like 0.02% carbon, left out or whatever. But because of that, and see, so that's mining takes power. Mining takes electricity. You got to build these huge mining farms with the ASIC miners and whatever that, and so it's carbon footprint. So with staking, which is what Ethereum's going to allow to do now, you can stake your Ethereum. And like we've said in our past videos, staking allows you to manage or, verify transactions on the blockchain like a miner would. So this way, it's not using actual power. So a lot of the things that are coming in 2.0 are going to help Ethereum, and those fees are just going to drop like crazy. So after that, once it all gets figured out, and who knows, maybe this wasn't the prediction, but it's being held back and it's getting competition. So this is pretty, it feels like it's that moment, and then once 2.0 comes out and everything, this year is going to be exciting. This year is going to be very exciting.
Yeah, seriously. And for so many years coming up, we're just in a huge new era of transition where so much abundance is flowing through, but it's coming through different people, who are ready to receive, who are doing, being of service, giving from a giving heart, the laws of manifestation, and being of service.
Yeah, and it all pops up around the world in the proper places at the proper times, and then it's all going to connect, and then power up the grid. It's just like, what's a blockchain and a node? It's the same as a human consciousness in a human. A human's a node. We're all nodes on the chain of collective consciousness.
Oh, wow. Yeah, totally. And that's something super high rise, that some of us, who are watching this right now may not understand, but eventually you will, because cryptocurrency, just like we said throughout this whole thing, is super high vibrational, super high frequency. So the stuff that we say, you may not understand, but just let it integrate, back phrase, and just know that cryptocurrency and Ethereum, the blockchain, is definitely here for the people, and get on it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it's going to integrate with us, and we're going to integrate with it, and we're going to become one in a way where we're just autonomous. We just, my money is on my phone or my whatever device, or I don't even have one, but I know my private keys. So all I need to do is get to my buddy's house, and then, hey man, let me load up my wallet. All right, go ahead, and then as long as your private, you carry your bank with you wherever you are, because it's where you are. It's you, right? So it's like what was the Jetsons meme I saw? Did we talk about that last time? I
don't think so.
Where they just said because they had Rose, I think her name is Rose, the robot lady, and then they were talking to each other on TVs, and they were doing all these things. And years ago we weren't. Internet webcam. This just came out 20 years. So 30 years ago, when people were watching the Jetsons, going oh wow, what is this? And then they even had Well, like, so the robot that cleans the house, we have those now. We don't have a fully like lady who's walking
Mine
around,
was
but we have
going
the
off
little
when you were talking.
the cats and the dogs ride on, you know, like, yeah, like, we
Did you hear
have it.
mine going off earlier when we were talking before our live stream? It was that like machine in the background.
I was wondering what that was. I thought you were like, yeah, you had something like turned on in the background, and I thought you were, it was a stove or an oven.
No, that was the Roomba. It's the robot vacuum.
Is it good? I've always wanted to get one.
Yeah, it's good because when you
Maybe
have
they run
wood
into the wall.
floors, yeah, especially if you have not carpet but wood floors, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Any type of flooring that's not carpet, I would say definitely get it. Costco.
Yeah, I'm so down. Okay, let's go. All right.
Oh, by the way, you have to still send me those the link.
Yeah. Yes, I know. I will.
The chlorella.
The chlorella. I will. I actually started doing work. Like, I shouldn't be doing on my tail, but yeah, I had to do some work. So I will. I will definitely. And we should. Anybody else who wants to know. I mean, because I research all that, like, you know, what you put in your body, guys, you know, that's what this is all about, you know, knowing what you're putting in your body, knowing what you're, you know, we live in a world where we want, because we're forced to be so fast paced that we want it all to be automated. But if we were more slow paced, like, you know, Native Americans and stuff, like, I literally started watching Dancing with Wolves last night, you know, and it's like they were slower. They didn't have to go fast. There wasn't all this hurry. I mean, maybe to follow the herd, you know, if they were travelers, but, you know, that's me, Sioux from the middle America. But they're kind of more in my, weren't they more like South Dakota? No, I think they were more South America. Anyway, the Sioux, yeah.
Yeah, the Dakotas, yes.
That's my ancestry, yeah. So yeah, it's just like we're so used to it being this way, we don't even recognize something new when it's here, you know. And,
right.
But
well, that's what we're here for. So that's why every Sunday we come and chat and chill with chill skis. And we share that info.
Yeah.
But that was amazing, so Michael.
Yeah, I mean, we got to realize it's all here now. Like, stop waiting for the government, or I'm sorry not to pick on that, but somebody to say something to you, for you to do something that you've always wanted to do in your life, you know, like, but there's a lot of people that want it done for them. And hey, if you want to trust someone else, you know, I'm not going to, when it happens, I'm not going to say I told you so, right? Or whatever, you know, like it's, you know, we're so willing, you know, and that's the other thing too, like I said, like investments, you know, we're all willing to like invest in these like get rich quick, like, oh my God, I can give you 500 and it'll make me 20 grand. Yes, let's go. And we all believe, like, we all want it so bad. But then when it comes down to like, hey, look at blockchain. You can make a little bit here, a little bit there. You can build, you know, that's too much. It takes too long, because so we're literally like being controlled by our time and what we're willing to, you know, well, I'll just work. And then I'll even investing like in, I don't know, anything. You're still trusting like someone else with your investment. Like everything that you do now that we have is old system. And now you can invest in the Divi project and support the project and run your own masternode and get your own rewards. So for being an owner, right? So it's like, I don't know, there's a lot of layers. That's layers, but yeah.
Definitely.
Everybody. That's why we're here to keep talking. So I want to put that in there with you, Jesus said.
Well, that was all amazing, Michael. That was all amazing things about Ethereum. My thing, when it comes to Ethereum, I would just say the last input would just be really just to amplify the way of how to use Ethereum, which is the way like how I use Ethereum. You know, my experience is all I can really talk about. So from my experience, I learned about smart contracts and what they can do for you, your future, your dreams, crowdfunding, peer-to-peer. Those are all things that are part of blockchain technology and decentralization, and ways and bridges, to these other portals of abundance. Creating more portals of abundance for yourself is by, investing in lifetime assets, which are these smart contracts along the blockchain, of Ethereum. So that would be like the last thing that I would say about Ethereum, but it's the second largest, most powerful cryptocurrency. And it definitely has a much bigger, stronger purpose and functionality than Bitcoin. That might be something that a lot of people don't know, but that's like the true essence, the light force in Ethereum to me. So I just wanted to highlight that of this live. For sure.
That's why it's number 2. That's it. Just like you said, that's why it's number 2. Because even everyone is worried about the price. If you play the price game, you're not going to win. You have to play the project's game. You have to play the
intention, the energy.
Yeah, the purpose. Don't just look at the dollar and say, oh yeah, it's going to go up because it's a great project. Yeah, sure, it is a great project, but there's a ton of great projects out there. Which one is going to be taken up, and how is it going to integrate? If you don't, we're never going to know. But like you say, there's not too much else to go, because Ethereum is like, that baseline, and then now all the other apps, dApps, decentralized apps, are going to be put on there. So after that, you got to start researching. We got to go into all the other apps and stuff like that. And so that's why I wanted to talk about Uniswap. Thank you. Oh my God. I want to say Unistake. But that was built on Ethereum. And then what it did, it was an exchange. So it's a decentralized exchange. So it allowed you to buy any single coin that's on the entire Ethereum network. So whereas when you hop on a Coinbase, you're not going to find more than half of the coins that are on Ethereum, but you'll find them on Uniswap, because it's like we are this early. We are this early. The systems are still getting ironed out, still getting fixed, still getting put together. So getting in those, those top 10 coins, you're gonna be good. And look at Cardano. I don't want to keep going. I want to keep going. Cardano was like 30 cents. Like what? A couple months ago, it's like $1.15 now. And everybody was saying for the longest time Cardano's going to go up. And just like everything else, like what was that timeline? That picture? Yeah, it was that picture you shared. Bitcoin was like in 2000 or whatever, and then if you need it to see it, it's like it's going up. Like I don't know what else to say, But if you're going to invest, definitely make sure you're investing in the project, and its purpose.
That's so important. Yes, absolutely.
Not just the price, because I have people FOMO. Oh my God, it's going up. Oh my God, I got to get some. You don't have to get any, but why do you want to? Because of the price. So you go, okay, well, what makes something valuable? The people, the project, the purpose behind it. And
so it's really like reprogramming the psychological programs within our systems, within humanity, to better understand, like, when something is of value, be aware of it, because a lot of people aren't aware of value. Yeah. Like a silver bar versus a candy bar. Right. Most people will not want the silver bar. There was like a video on that.
Right. Because what am I going to do? Hold on to it for, at least I can eat the candy bar. It's going to give me some sort of something. So that's that. Yeah. That's psychological thing. Remember that. Yeah. Or there's that other
gratification.
Instant right. And that's how they want us to, because everything's happening behind the scenes. That's how, the surface. Don't judge a book by its cover and all that stuff, right? Like, it's just, So, because it's great for the initial, and then you're like, hey, I think I'm gonna go over there. That looks really nice. And then you get there and I don't really like this place, So it's like, it depends, So if you're not looking for the right stuff, you're not gonna find the right stuff, So And yeah, it is. It's amazing to me to see how connected this is to who we are and like this whole world and consciousness and like the fact that it's coming out now and it, people can't even understand it now. What if it came out before? We wouldn't have been able to understand it any better then. We didn't even have computers. It couldn't have come out at any time. But and that's the other thing that about Bitcoin. The reason why it was released when it was released was because we finally had the speed and we finally had the means of communication and connection with the internet with all this stuff and transaction speeds. It was really slow in the beginning and they had to make it better and better and better and get it to go faster. And it's literally just like what we're all doing with ourselves, guys. Like even or each other, as humanity, as we're making ourselves better and we're growing things. So I mean it's not, I don't know, it's not scary like people say. It's not this, I mean, to compare fiat and cryptos, it's like, fiat, we still live in the world, all of this that's in the world that people don't like. It's here because of fiat anyways, or not because of fiat, but, we've been doing it this whole time. So I find it silly that people are that surface again. I think you're too worried about what it might be, could be, speculating, going into doubt, instead of just figuring out what it is, instead of, actually like, no, I don't want to, I don't, and then we'll find out what it is. And it, might not be so bad, or, that programming or that, this, like I say, we're so used to the old world, you're going to have to reprogram yourself in so many ways. We all are.
And really, that's like kind of why we created, not kind of why, but that's truly why we created QEI, the whole mastering your energy in all ways. Energy is currency in all ways, to understand that spiritually, mentally, physically, psychologically, when it comes to every single aspect of self.
That's the, do you think money is the root of all evil, or do you love money? Does money love you? I love money. The more money I have, the better I feel. And not like it's all dependent on that, but the more relaxed I am, the more, it's there's nothing but it's a good thing. The structure behind it is what's messed up. Like if we gave the money to the proper organizations that needed it to like make green energy, it's not the money that's bad. You know what I mean? It's the system. It's the creators of the project. Right?
That's so true. See?
Right? It's all right there. That's why when you talk to people about like, the monetary system, and you go, it's owned by the Fed, right? And they're not government. They don't abide by laws. They're outside of, it's like, and you tell people this stuff and they go, oh my God, and then, what else do we have? But now we actually have something else now, that it's not fiat based. So, I don't know if that was all that I wanted to say, but
I think that was perfect. That was great.
Yeah.
That was a lot of information for all of our viewers, to backphrase and just integrate. Hi, Galactica.
I just wanted to say, QEI, though. Glad you brought that up. Hey, Galactica. Yeah, and that's why, so that's what it is. Economic immigration, your energy, right? Yep. It's your abundance if you accept it, like money, good or bad. If you think of it as good and you live in good and joy, it's going to come to you. If you think it's bad and you block the flow because it's bad, then it's not going to come to you. How come all the rich people got so much money? Because they love it. Whatever.
Because they have quantum economy. We were only taught linear economy. So we're going to be integrating more quantum ways of economy into our lifestyles, better understanding our energy and how we can use this as currency, or our currency as energy, because it all comes together.
Yeah, and so they're funneling it between each other. So now we're going to funnel it between each other. So that's a good example.
Yes, QEI is our membership program that we are creating on Patreon. So it's going to be all things cryptocurrency on all of the information from bare 0 to 100.
Yeah.
And also from a spiritual channel and a spiritual perspective, but also too, you know, those mental work and the disciplinary, you know, acts when it comes to awakening and ascension and being able to master your energy. You have to be aware of your energy, learn how to manipulate your energy. And so those are all things that are our expertise, are our expertise.
Right.
And why we're really creating all of this. So
yeah, and it's a lot of fun. So we're going to create, you know, like those connections, you know, like, so when you learn about blockchain, what is, you know, what's that blockage that you have, and what does that have to do with your energetic system? There's a reason, you know what I mean? Even if it's just, I brought up money is the root of all evil, you know? I mean, that's a lot of people, you know? So just that, gotta get rid of that. Let go. It's not going to help you. It's not. So that's what we're going to do with the QEI, and yeah, integrating all that for everybody. And it's just going to be a really powerful program because it's going to change a whole lot more than just cryptos. And then just, you know, it's, yeah, I'm really excited.
All right. Well, Michael, is there anything else that you'd like to share with this live stream?
No.
All right. Well, I'll share one last thing.
No? Yeah.
I'll share one last thing. This little guy.
Uh-oh.
He says hi. Say hi to everyone on live. Hi. Bo's on live stream right now, everyone. You're on live.
Kiddos make me want to be a goofball. You can't bring them around me when I'm trying to be serious.
Well, that's all for today's show on Ethereum one-on-one. And you guys, if you have any questions, please reach out. You can reach out on Spiritualcryptos, our Facebook group. You can reach out to either Michael or I. And also, too, we have this full moon in Libra crypto events coming up where it's meant and designed for the light worker, Starseed, Wayshower, to better understand how we can create more abundance with cryptocurrency from releasing from the old 3D and creating the new. So we're excited to have this for you guys. And if you're interested in that, if this resonates with you, that link is in the description below. So go ahead and give us a shout out. Let us know how everything is for you guys when it comes to cryptos. And we look forward to seeing you and talking to you soon.
Much love, everybody.
All right. Bye, everyone. Happy Sunday.